John Bronson put that in place. That's a way to, that's a way to get through.
Good evening. My name is Mike Quickers. I'm the mayor of Cottonwood Heights. Today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, and this is the Cottonwood Heights City Council business meeting. We're going to get our meeting started tonight by doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and I've asked our council member Ellen Burrell to lead us in that effort.
Would everyone please stand and repeat after me? I pledge allegiance
Thank you, Council Member Burrell. Item 3 on our agenda this evening is a citizen comment period. Sorry about that. This is a time for citizens to address the council concerning whatever matters they desire. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. Please review the public comment procedures on the last page of tonight's agenda. If you haven't already filled out a speaker comment card, please do so and hand it to a staff member who will get it to me. When making comments, we request that you speak into the microphone so that your comments can be recorded. Please give your name and avoid insulting language or comments. The council is here to listen, but you shouldn't expect to engage in a back and forth dialogue. If you do have questions, staff will respond to you within a few business days. First comment card I have for this evening is Maggie Mills. Hi, Maggie.
Good evening. I'm Maggie Mills from the Whitmore Library. Thanks again for letting me tell you about some events and so on that are happening at the library. So I'll mention again that we have our seeds at the library started the beginning of the month. And the whole idea behind that is you come and get some seeds, whether it's vegetables, fruits, herbs, or flowers, and plant them, and then harvest your seeds and return them for other people to use. So, and that'll go on until supplies run out. We also have what we call all ability kits, and they are activity kits for adults and teens with intellectual disabilities. And so for this quarter, not this quarter, sorry, for this next 3 months, we've got, there'll be kits on optical illusions, mazes, and puzzles. So that'll be coming up for the next, one of those for each of the next 3 months. They're available to as long as supplies last. That's all I have today. Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Maggie.
Could I engage
Yeah.
with you for just a minute?
Yes.
I really want to thank you for coming to our meetings and keeping us informed. And I also wanted to mention my gratitude for putting some information in the newsletter this month. I thought that was a really good ad and should probably be something that we could continue to include. So thank you for your efforts in bringing all of this to us.
Thank you.
And I also just want to say what she said, but also, do you office right there at the Whitmore Library?
I'm sorry.
Do you have an office
yes,
right
ma'am.
there
Yeah,
at the Whitmore
I do.
Library?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna find you.
Okay.
You're in trouble, Maggie.
Boy, oh no.
Okay, the next comment I have is from Linda Leckman, I think that's. Did I pronounce that right, Linda?
I'm Linda Leckman. I am the president of the Homeowners Association in the Canyon Cove area. The housing area that's directly north of the area you discussed in your work meeting in regard to the gravel pit amendment. And what I would like to talk about, really 3 things. I've lived there for 41 years, and I am very glad that there's a development in the area. It will really improve the area. The concern is one, with the height of the condominium. The amendment that you are considering has the height potentially up to 150 feet. Talking with some who were at your work meeting earlier today, and then the builder took them on a tour of the area, and he indicated that they were planning on 120 feet. That obviously is much better. What would be even better Since this is a building that is taller than any other along the bench area, the east bench area, and I'm talking from the interstate through Sandy, it would be even better if it were moderated so that it was only above where Gun Club Drive goes up. That would leave 5 floors below that level and then another 5 above. So having a building in the 100-foot level would be even better. But my real request to you is not to codify the 150 feet. That would be so out of character with Cottonwood Heights. It would be out of character with the East Bench. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for your comments. The next speaker I have is Lori Codadad, if that is correct. Well, how did you say it?
Kodadad,
Codadad.
or if you were from Iran, you'd say Hodadad. So, okay, so I am from Canyon Cove as well. I'm a neighbor of Linda's and I've lived there for 25 years. And I first want to say I am totally pro property rights. I think people have a right to do what they want with their property as long as it's, within reason. I voice a lot of the same opinions as Linda, so I won't say all of them again. But my opinion is that since there's a 35-foot height level in Canyon Cove for the homes, I would like to see that condominium building would be no more than 35 to 50 feet above the gun club road level. So that's probably, more like 10 stories instead of 12 stories. I'm not asking for a lot, but I just think that that would be a little bit better. And I know that the past council did not approve Tavachi having 6-story buildings. There's nothing that tall in Cottonwood Heights or in Holiday or anywhere on the East Bench from Draper all the way. I think the condos in Immigration Canyon aren't even that tall. So that would be something much different than what is there currently. I'm thrilled to have a development there. I think it will be beautiful. I think the developers are great. I would just like to see the condominium building a little bit shorter. And I think we really need condominium buildings in our valley. So I'm glad that they're doing something that's for sale instead of more apartment buildings. I think that will be a benefit to everyone. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Lori. The next comment card I have is for Emily Gray.
Hello, good evening, Mayor, council members. I've met with many of you about this issue. I represent both Lori and Linda as a member of the Cottonwood Heights City Council for District 5, the direct neighbors to the north of the gravel pit development. As Linda and Lori mentioned, we are excited for the gravel pit development. I think all of the neighbors will be thrilled to not have all of that dust going into their yards time after time. As they have mentioned, our concerns have to deal specifically with the excessive height of the proposed condo development. I urge you, along with Lori and Linda, to cap that height at 80 to 100 feet, which we believe is a reasonable compromise that supports strong commercial development while still respecting the character of our East Bench communities. This proposed height far exceeds any other height within Cottonwood Heights, as you well know. In every other zone in your city, any buildings that are near residential zones have a height capped at 35 feet. However, this amendment would allow this condo height to rise 6 stories above the grade just across the street from these families that are living on Gun Club Road. It's my belief that if these families lived in Cottonwood Heights city boundaries, this proposal would not be even considered. But while the jurisdictional lines separate our communities, we are still deeply connected. We share roads, we share schools, we share our beautiful mountain views, and we are your neighbors. We're asking you to look beyond your city borders and uphold the same principles of reasonable development that you apply elsewhere within your city. An 80 to 100-foot height limit would better align with the existing zoning principles and ensure harmonious transition between the neighborhoods. I want to be clear, this isn't about view sheds. Even a 100-foot building is going to block the views. This really has to do with an intensity of use without a buffer zone between a single-family zone and this development in the gravel pit. My second concern has to do with the site plan. According to the site plan, a building of this height should have a setback of 100 to 250 feet from Wasatch Boulevard. At this latitude, Wasatch Boulevard has jogged further east and is no longer SR 190. The developer is attempting to measure the setbacks from SR 190 rather than Wasatch Boulevard, as is stated in the site plans. This is not a minor discrepancy. It's in direct violation of the site plan. This building would be the tallest building all along the East Bench. Sandy, Holiday, Mill Creek, Draper have all deliberately limited building heights to preserve the beauty and character of our East Bench communities. This building would be a glaring outlier, as was determined by your previous city council and previous mayor, who explicitly denied this height for this building. This was not, thank you.
Any other comments we need to submit into the record?
None online.
Okay, great. We will move on to item number 4, which are our 7 action items to consider for the council this evening. We'll start with consideration 4.1, consideration of ordinance 433, enacting chapter 11.34 of the Cottonwood Heights Code concerning electric scooters. We had the opportunity to discuss this item earlier in our work session. Any other questions or comments from the council?
I feel that I've already gone on record with my concerns and my hopes going forward in this calendar year with this ordinance, so I will not be redundant.
Great. I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 433 enacting chapter 11.34 of the Cottonwood Heights Code concerning electric scooters.
I'll make the motion to accept ordinance 433.
I'll second the
Motion to approve from Councilmember Newell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. And I'm so sorry, I neglected to recognize the presence of
Councilwoman Holton, who was duly elected.
we are thrilled to have her, and it's a big improvement. Can we say that? Item 4.2 is consideration of ordinance 434, amending chapter 8.04 of the Cottonwood Heights Code. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other final questions or comments from the council? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 434, amending chapter 8.04 of the Cottonwood Heights Code.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 434.
I'll second.
A motion to approve from Councilmember Highland and a second from Councilmember Newell. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell.
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 4.3, consideration of resolution 2025-11, approving entry into an interlocal mutual aid agreement for information technology services. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other questions or comments from the council? I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-11, approving entry into an interlocal mutual aid agreement for information technology.
I will motion for resolution 2025-11 to pass.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve from Councilmember Burrell and a second from Councilmember Holton. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell.
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 4.4, consideration of resolution 2025-12, approving a performance contract with Salt Contemporary Dance. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other questions or comments from the council? Entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2025-12, approving a performance contract with Salt Contemporary Dance.
I'll make that motion to approve Resolution 2025-12.
Second that.
We have a motion to approve from Councilmember Burrell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Item 4.5, consideration of Resolution 2025-13, approving an agreement with Bowen Collins and Associates, Inc. for storm system survey and plan update. We also discussed this item earlier. Any other questions or comments from the council? Entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2025-13, approving an agreement with Bowen Collins and Associates, Inc. for storm system survey and plan update.
So the infrastructure here in Cottonwood Heights and our storm drain system is something we all take so seriously, and I am delighted to advance this as a motion to advance Resolution 2025-13.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion to approve from Councilmember Burrell and a second from Councilmember Holton. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell.
Yes.
And I will vote yes. Item 4.6, consideration of Resolution 2025-14, authorizing issuance and sale of not more than $30 million aggregate principal amount of general obligation refunding and improvement bonds and related matters. We also discussed this item earlier in our work session. Any other questions or comments from the council? I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2025-14, authorizing issuance and sale of not more than $30 million aggregate principal amount of general obligation refunding and improvement bonds and related matters.
I'll make the motion to accept Resolution 2025-14.
I'll second that.
We have a motion to approve and from Councilmember Newell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Sorry about that. Okay, final comments. I'll call for the vote. Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell.
Yes.
I will vote yes. Okay, our last legislative item for tonight is item 4.7, consideration of resolution 2025-15, approving an appointment to the Parks, Trails, and Open Space Committee. We also had the opportunity to discuss this item. Any other questions or comments from the council?
Just another
You'd like-
general thank you. I mean, to anybody who's to help us on our committees, grateful for this person stepping up in that position.
Jared, anything you'd like to add?
No, we're just excited to have another person on the PTAS committee, so that'll be good.
Right. I will entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-15, approving an appointment to the Parks, Trails, and Open Space Committee.
As the liaison to the PTOS committee, I will make the motion to approve resolution 2025-15.
Second that.
We have a motion to approve from Councilmember Burrell and a second from Councilmember Highland. Final comments? Call for the vote. Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
and I will vote yes. Our last item of business is approval of the consent calendar, which is the minutes from our city council work session and business meetings for both February 4th and February 18th. Could I get a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make the motion to approve our consent calendar.
I'll second.
A motion to approve and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Could I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn at 7:25 PM.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Great. Thank you.